Hey, what's up? Drive by here. I'm going to explain how we're going to install add-ons, and we're going to use a application called Curseforge, which runs. It's kind of like a daughter of another app called Overwolf. So, unfortunately, you need both of them. If you're a Minecraft player, you're very familiar with this, right? Uh, if you're like, man, I just don't want any more stuff, I just want to play the game, I'm sorry to tell you, this is a very serious game that has open APIs. So what it means in the code, what it means is that WoW gives away a certain amount of information to the player for add-ons. That way they can control what information you actually get, and they can allow you to customize your game from the client side. And lately, I've noticed a lot of them seeing what's popular on Curseforge and then actually integrating it into the game when it has enough relevance, right? So the first thing you need to do is we're going to go on to www.curseforge.com. I use Google for everything. I don't really type things in the URL because I am lazy about that, but that's the website if you need it. Then, and I am not going to walk through making an account because I assume you already know how to make an account. You have to make an account for everything nowadays. In the top right, it's going to ask you to make an account. I'm already logged in. Make an account. Perfect. Once you've made an account, we are going to go back to the website. We're going to go to the navigation bar at the top, and we're going to go to the Curseforge app. Then we're going to download Curseforge for Windows. If you have Mac or Linux somehow, there we go. We have the downloads for Mac and Linux. I can't guarantee they're the same as Windows. I assume most people nowadays are using Windows. That's what this video is mostly about. So let's get in here and let's download it. This is my fourth download because I like to make sure things run right and I understand them before I just pump out any old stupid video. Alright, so we're going to open the folder. It's going to ask me if I want to do it. Yep, I'm allowing it because I've got all those features on. It opens up. Go on English. Next. I'll put it on my C. That's my SSD. I'll put it on there. Create an app for it. Sure. Create one for Overwolf. No, I do not like Overwolf. I think it is a very bad program, but unfortunately they make us get it. It's okay. I get it. Outplayed. Outplayed is like a way to record your games. I hate it. I think that it's poorly run, poorly made. I think that you can do it with your GeForce graphics card, which is a driver you have to have already. So I just use that for recording, right? And then you also I have streaming software too, like Streamlabs or OBS or whatever you decide to use, right? So you could use that as well if you're into that. Hit next. It's downloading, extracting as fast as could be. Boom. Didn't even take that long. Let's launch that puppy. Longer, but let's just sit here and do it together. She's opening. Gives us this little video that I don't need, and I think this is the only time it makes you watch it. I'm going to skip this intro because it's easy. Alright, so now we're at the Curseforge main page, and we have to pick a game. We play World of Warcraft, so let's go down here and find our game. World of Warcraft is right here. And it will scan, on this main page, it will scan your computer, and you just find the game, connect to it, and you can start installing add-ons. The nice thing is that I have sync lined up. It saved all my add-ons for when I uninstalled this program to show it to you. But once we're on here, there are two tabs. Well, there's a couple things. Here's your search bar. If you're playing Classic, you're going to use Classic. If you're not playing Classic, you're playing Retail. Retail would be Dragonflight right now. You're playing the most modern version of WoW. This is for people who are going through a nostalgic stage and they enjoy the older forms of World of Warcraft, which are the bomb diggity, by the way. But I will say that Retail is way smoother for somebody that has like a kid and a job and all this, where you can get on, gear up for PvP, play it like a menu game, and then go on with your life. WoW Classic is it's a time sink, and that's that time period where people were like had to go to rehab and like, you know, lost their homes and stuff like that, so they could, you know, sell their computer desks to pay for their WoW subscription, right? So then we got that. As far as your options, they're going to be up here, and you can find pretty much all your stuff, right? Open instance options. This is where we can find like subs, languages, where the add-ons get saved to, just some like things. I don't like it to, I don't know where that's at, automatic. Awesome. Yeah. Things like Overwatch, running it on startup. I don't like to run it on startup. That's a really big one to me. Because I don't always get on and just play WoW, right? I like to play other things. So I recommend you turn that off. Go through the settings, make sure you're happy with them, because you only have to do it once. Right? You don't want to be like going back after you learn the game the hard way and then finding out like, oh, I'm so dumb, right? So make sure you do that. Then under this in the settings, we have, and you can actually launch the game from here, right here, right? We have add-ons and get more add-ons, right? We got my add-ons. So these are the ones that I currently have installed. And these are the ones I can get, right? You need to make sure you keep these updated. There'll be an update all button or an individual update button, and you want to keep them updated. The current patch is 10.0.5, but that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes old, you know, like classic numbers, old patches can still be run on your computer. Mostly because they weren't relying on new or old information. This is just the way numbers look, right? So it might not be updated. It still works perfectly fine. If you want to uninstall the game, you want to save your settings or your profiles, or you want to uninstall Curseforge, you're going to want to mess with the sync button. The sync button is going to link to your Twitch. You make a Twitch account. It's just another account you're making, and it will save your profiles and your settings if you want to install it on another computer. So if you want to go over to your friend and you wanted to friend's house and you wanted to play on his computer, this is a poor example, but you could do it this way, right? You use that thing, that option in a number of different ways. That was just a simple way to explain it, right? Here's all of our stuff. I have a lot actually, right? I'm gonna right click and I can go to where it is. It's probably the one I want to show you the most. So it's in WoW, retail, interface, add-ons, and this is battleground enemies. So WoW is on my D drive, then I'm in retail, and then I'm going to go to interface, and then I'm going to go to add-ons, and boom, here's my add-ons. You do not need to install Curseforge to have add-ons. This is just an easy way to keep it organized, and it's the way 99.9% of people do it. You could just go onto the Curseforge website, download the add-on the same way I downloaded this app, and then drag it into this folder, and it'll work all the same. But it doesn't auto update for you, and it is it's just messier. One app that does it all. It's really, really nice. And you're like, your friend could be like, hey man, you should try this add-on, and you just be like, oh yeah, done. Restart your game and it'll be on. Perfect. There's tons of other options, right? We can reinstall it. We can check the release type. We can report something about it. We can look. This is where I was talking battleground enemies. We can go to their website. Maybe. At some point, we can go to their website. There we go. We can then download it and then save the file, and then drag it in. Control X cuts it, Control V pastes it, Control Z copies it if you want it in two places. And then here you are again, it's saying you should download Curseforge right beside it. And it's orange and that one's grayed out. They want you to use it, right? It is more convenient. Next. There's tons of other things on here. Change logs, add-on link. I can give it to other people. Tons of stuff. View add-on. It's going to take me to the page of it. You can look through the add-on, the overview, what it says, what it does. The change log, what add-on, what additions they made. Keep in mind, this is run by the person by not Blizzard. This is a person made this, right? So don't expect fast updates on it. Some do get really fast updates. Don't be a jerk to these people. You know what I mean? If they didn't fill this out, that's their decision. If they want to fill it out, man, it's good, and they did. I mean, they have previews and full log. That's their decision. Screenshots. If they don't have screenshots, that's fine. Most do, right? Then you got all the versions that came prior. So don't go onto like their website page and get, hey, when there's a new update coming out, dude, chill, man. You're the one they're doing it for you. You're very lucky to have this, and you're being ungrateful. So just keep that in mind when you're dealing with developers, right? Like, it takes a long time to know what they know and to do it. And I've been guilty of it. I've been like, hey, like, my gameplay depends on this information, right? All right, let's go back. We've seen our add-ons, right? We can refresh it. We can search within hours. These are our add-ons. Now, we're going to go look for some more add-ons, right? And I recommend you look first let's look at the first page. The first page has popular, and these are some popular add-ons. I'm going to be honest. This is definitely one of the most popular add-ons. Raider.io, Auctionator, Rare Scanner, Pawn, Bag On. So DBM is to me, it's a PvE add-on, so it's useless, but it tells you when bosses are going to do things, and it kind of makes the game easier, right? It's information. I don't know much about Raider.io. I think it's like gear and raid progress and like a way for like groups to communicate with each other. And I just don't know much. I don't want to go into it because I do not do PvE. Okay. Auctionator, very popular add-on. Auctionator, like tracks when things sell on the auction house, and we're starting to get into stock market style gameplay, where you're like, you're trying to make $1 and you're flipping things and you're trying to get a good deal, and it tells you when was this much and when it was that much, and it's a economy add-on. And some people play this game specifically because they like working the economy, and it is fun. I know it doesn't sound fun, but it is fun. So that's that. Rare Scanner. Let's just look at this. Rare Scanner is when you get in range, it tells you when something that is rarely spawns or doesn't spawn at a same frequency as something else is around, and they usually have specific drops they can get. Pawn is an add-on that when you go to a store, it sells all the gray stuff automatically for you, or it tells you if something's an upgrade, or I can't remember something. Like Bag On makes all your bags one bag, and it has some other features to it. It's a bag add-on, right? It's just giving you a taste. And these are new releases, and I don't know anything about them because they're new releases. I do know what trade skill fluxes, but that doesn't matter. Most of the add-ons that you need, somebody will tell you. You can just listen to anybody that's good, and they will tell you the right add-ons. You do not really need to find your own unless you have a specific problem that you want to solve a certain way. That's when I find my own add-ons. I'll give you an example. I use an add-on called ID Tip. ID Tip is an amazing add-on that puts this little number at the bottom of the toolbar or the tooltip when we look at a spell or an ability of any sort or an item, so that I can reference it by not typing in the name and dealing with all the different variations of a fireball or whatever, and I can directly reference this fireball that I'm hovering over, right? I can use the number instead of that. And normally to do that, you'd have to go onto the internet and search the thing, because you can imagine a game with fireballs. There's fireball, fire blast, some other type of fireball that somebody else casts, something, you know what I mean? You could imagine. This one is about specifically the one that the mage gets that's a fire mage. And you can see it just by hovering over. So this is a good one that was a specific problem to me that other people don't have, but this thing is incredible, right? That's incredible. All right, let's go back. Most people are going to tell you what add-ons you need. This search bar is going to do it for you. But if you want to look for your own, I suggest you use categories. And you think about what you're looking for, right? And it's got the game kind of segmented. And you're like, oh, this is kind of how you break the game apart. Like, Hunter? Hunter is a whole class. This is add-ons for hunters. HUD, that is for interface stuff. Herbalism, that is for herbalist professions. Healer, that is for healers. These are guild add-ons. Sometimes you'll see one add-on in multiple things because they do multiple things, right? If we come down here and we go PvP, we're going to see a lot of add-ons for PvPs. We can sort by download, and you'll see the most popular. Deadly Boss Mods has some things that work in PvP, but really it's not that big a deal. You don't need it. Details is used in all forms of gameplay, PvP and PvE. It's how you monitor how you're doing. It's how you monitor how your teammates are doing, because you obviously can't stand there, play, and watch them, but this gives you the numbers, and numbers don't lie, right? Just a whole lot of things. You can see I actually have a lot of these because this is my section where I live, right? Awesome. When you are going to install an add-on, so if I go to achievements, I'm going to track achievements. You need to look at a good start for me is a start. I organize it by downloads. Why? Because I want to know what's popular. I want to know what other people like. It's simple. Universal truth is not measured in mass appeal, but still, I want to know. I want to have an idea. That's what likes are for on videos, and you know, good videos get lots of likes, kind of, right? You want to know what game version it is next. So, yes, earlier I said some game versions, like older ones, are still good, but in general, you're going to come run into bugs and issues with older game versions. So I look at that too. And then you install it. You click install. It goes to that file I showed you earlier, and it'll be in the game. I already have my add-ons, so I'm just going to start the game and show you how do you work with your add-ons, how to get to your add-ons. You can go to the add-on video after that. I've started my game. It's logging in. And I'm at my main character screen. So I'm going to go to add-ons. And if you're using older add-ons, you're going to use load out-of-date add-ons. And it'll allow you to use add-ons that aren't necessarily updated to the current patch, but you'd be surprised how long something like that will continue to work, as long as it doesn't have something game breaking happen to it. I do not have all my add-ons all at once, right? If I'm doing Battlegrounds, I don't have S Arena because I'm not doing arenas. And the only thing to turn an add-on on is to go into the game, hit escape, open up your add-ons, check the button or uncheck it, and hit reload. And now that add-on's gone, or now that add-on's back, right? So if I was doing Battlegrounds, no S Arena needed. If I was doing arenas or Battlegrounds, no
Damage mortal strike.
You just heard my game go off. Do you understand? So I'll go hit escape, add-ons, and you can see I have quite a few turned off right now because I just wasn't using them. But I can use them at any time. I hope that makes sense. I hope that you aren't intimidated by add-ons. They are a really good tool. You'll see professional players not use them. I don't believe you can use add-ons in professional tournaments, but what you can do is get good with them and wean yourself off them. And eventually, you want to minimize the amount of add-ons you need to just the ones that are giving you your core information. You want to be careful of overcrowding your screen and intaking too much information. Okay? So if you want to watch another video, or you want to watch some examples of other people playing the game that have UI problems, go look at Peekaboo. He's got a video where he just watches people that send him videos play arena, and there's scenarios where they blind somebody, but it tells them that guy's blind 7 spots on their screen. That is too much information. You need one spot to tell you when somebody's in a CC, or somebody's low health, or you need one spot to tell you that. Maybe 2, arguing if my eyesight's in the middle and I have that information over here, I might also have it here. Or I could just remove that one over here and always have it here, or vice versa. But it just depends on where I'm working with my eyes at the time. So I hope this helps. I hope that you embrace the add-on life and you get on in there, and you're gonna do the thing that I do, which is you get too crazy with it first, and he's like, "This is crazy fun," and I'm getting so much stuff, and you're gonna have to reel it back in, and just now you've already heard it, so just do it. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.